How's it going, everybody? Good to see you all. We're gonna do a little Geoguessr today, a little Geo and chill action. Let's see here. Gonna hit up that daily challenge. I think this will be kind of a regular thing, as Geoguessr, of course. Geo's gonna be a big deal when it comes to the stuff I make, just because it's so relaxing and so fun. And kind of go back to it, learn from it, rewatch it. A lot of people see me stream it and they're like, what did we just see? How did that just happen? What did I get from that? And I'm like, well, I might not have all the answers, but if I do something right, we can go back and learn from it versus if I'm streaming it, I won't be able to. But we can do a daily challenge today, see what we come up with. I probably will start uploading more stuff, Phasmo and retro related stuff like that. I do enjoy all those games a lot. Probably less of the Phasmophobia, though. That's fun to stream. Retro stuff, playthroughs and things like that. It might actually force me to beat games that I haven't beaten. I swear, I feel like I have played dozens of games and beaten maybe like 2 of them. But let's see. Let's go into the little daily challenge thing here. As you can see, my last daily challenge was rough. So I feel like no matter what, we should be able to do better than that. We can move, we can pan, we can zoom. We got 3 minutes per round, though. And, let's see. I think it's on the world map, so coverage is just all over the place. Right here, looks like a South America situation. South or Central America. But I don't know. What do we got here? Does that say Brazil on it? That says Bolivia, I think. Okay. I mean, that's lucky. Oh, that says freaking... It says Bolivians right there as well. Yeah, so I guess we're in Bolivia. That is incredibly lucky. Just go in and see if I can see anything in here real quick. I'm just gonna full send somewhere around there. If I can't find anything else. But let me just look around real quick and see. What does that say? That's 1, I think. And then... Okay, a couple of maybe town names there. Let's find the 1. Oh, wow. I mean, I didn't mean to just, actually nail that. I'm, almost right on the 1. The 1 stretches all the way down here, though, so there's probably other things. See if I get real up close, because I'm not 100% sure where the 1 takes us. Whoops. Yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. It's actually kind of a long road. That kind of winds around, too. But I'm not seeing anything with those names, those town names. There's a lot of words. Every time you zoom in, you just see more and more stuff. So, it's hard to, narrow it down when you don't have a ton of time. I haven't really seen a ton of coverage over this way, but that doesn't mean anything. It might be. And then which way is this? That's facing south. Okay. So that helps a lot, too. You never know. San Francisco was on that billboard. That doesn't mean anything, though, because honestly, it could just be advertising a new place or something. But, man, I don't know. This is a tough one. Let me just... Should I hedge and go in the middle? Let's just hedge and go in the middle and see what happens here. Wow. I mean, good call getting closer down here, but that was all the way over here. So it said 1. The sign said we were on 1. And we were not, in fact, on that road. Unless it was just, all weathered and it was actually the 9 we were on. Very strange, though. Well, either way, 4,000's a good score. That's already like a third of the score we had on our last daily challenge in one round. So hopefully this one goes pretty good too. This is interesting. So we have long European plate with the blue. The roads, man. These roads are very distinct. I am not sure what we're looking at here, but not a whole lot of roads in Europe look like this, or really roads around the world. And who knows if this is the whole country or not, but, you know, reflectors? There's a lot of distinct stuff here. A lot of distinct things. Like, honestly, I would think this is Japan if I didn't see those European license plates, you know? Let's see these bins. Maybe there's some language or something on here. Embalaza? Is that some kind of Spanish on there, maybe? I don't know. I don't think so. I think I just said it kind of Spanish. Okay. Doesn't have a ton on it. Not that I can get help with, at least. I mean, I'm sure it means something to somebody. That's the thing about Geoguessr. You know, there's always going to be something that means something to someone on all this stuff. But, man, I can tell you, I just do not. I don't really get language. It's unfortunate because this is going to be a tougher round, and I haven't seen enough of really anything. You know, a little bit of language here and there, but I've not been sold on anything yet. What's going on over here? Let's see if I can get this sign a little bit. Well, maybe not. Damn it. I'm just trying to see what you say, sign. Come on. Give me something. Well, I know for sure it's not Spain. We can guarantee that. Yeah, maybe we're in Romania? It'd be nice to see like somebody has like a flag or something on their house. Some countries, you know, they definitely have flags hanging, and some countries just don't ever. Which I think is kind of interesting, because, like, you know, if you're in Indonesia, a lot of times you'll see flags everywhere. If you're in Thailand, you'll see flags, you know, fairly often. You're in the U.S., every 5 feet there's a fucking flag. But, you know, some countries... Oh, wait, here you go. S-I. I think SK is Slovakia. SI. This is something that's going to be... Oh, man, I don't know. Because SE is Sweden. Oh, it was Slovenia. Okay. So SI is Slovenia. Interesting. So there was a little bit of what looked like German there. You know, or Austrian or something. You know, there was bits that looked... There's just little bits of languages. That's the thing about this area. This area is such a, like, melting pot, you know? And languages just kind of, like, mix around. I mean, a lot of the languages, or a lot of the countries that still have Cyrillic and stuff in them, you know, will have multiple languages. You know, and depending on, like, what area of Hungary you're in, or what area of Romania you're in, you'll have different pockets of language and stuff. It's a very big, like, mixed around area. There's only a few countries, you know, and they're mostly this way over, where everything just, you can kind of tell by the language right away. Belgium's interesting, though, because there is definitely, like, a big mix of language in Belgium. Switzerland, same deal, but the camera kind of gives it away because it's super low to the ground. And, you know, Greek is very distinct. But, like, over here, stuff just gets kind of... I think Polish I've been starting to pick up on a little bit better. Great score, though. That was a good score. It's a good thing we found that domain towards the end. Okay, this truck right here, this should be distinct. I don't know. I don't know, though. Like, this is definitely a meta thing, but I don't know the meta. Huh. See, now that's interesting. Alright, yeah. I was going to say it's not an African country, I don't think. Because, you know, usually the African countries are fairly distinct with the locations, the ground, the trucks. They're all pretty, like, easy to tell. This might be something like Jordan, maybe UAE. Those red on the plates, though, the red on the plates is making me think like a UAE. I don't know why. I also have not seen UAE with this kind of coverage, so I don't know, maybe not. You know, you see some interesting things in the world. We're in like a neighborhood or something. I don't know. This is a strange location. You know, it could be like a sneaky Tunisia. Like perhaps, because Tunisia usually has like a chase car or something. But watch this, like, you know, be Tunisia. And there's no chase car or anything. The black and white on the bottom. A few countries have that, so that's not like super telling. God, I don't know what we're gonna do here. We have, I think 3 options. I think it's an unlikely Tunisia. I think it's a more likely UAE. But I think Jordan could also sneak in there and give us trouble. This coverage is so sporadic, too. It's very strange. What's that say? It's a street name. I can't move. That's really unfortunate. I need all the time in the world right now. The plates are giving it away too. Like somebody was seeing these plates and going, "Oh yeah, well that's clearly, you know, UAE or whatever." But I don't know. A flag would help. Although UAE and Jordan's flag I think look fairly similar also. But I could tell right off the bat it wouldn't be Tunisia if the flag, you know. Because the Tunisian flag is pretty obvious. It's very distinct. I'm kind of just flying through this. I'd like to see something, you know, something that really sticks out. I don't have time, so I'm just going to go UAE. Let's go like here, maybe. Up here. Oh, it was Qatar. Wow, I forgot, dude. They added coverage in Qatar. Okay. Okay, that is very, very new and good to know. Okay, so the truck, if it's fully exposed on the top like that, red on the plates, we got Qatar. Okay. That's right. I forgot that's one of the most recent additions. And it hardly ever comes up, so that's good to know. All right, cool. Still not a bad score, honestly. I mean, dude, we're on the 4th round right now, and our score is nearly as good as our 5-round score from the last one. There's a yellow plate there. Very Colombian, but the only thing is, no other cars have that. So it might just be a car that is out of place. Maybe in Ecuador or something? Couple of, yeah, you know what? There's a couple of yellow plates here and there. So it's making me think we are on a border somewhere, possibly? Santiago? Okay. So Santiago is Chile, but I don't think it's there. I don't think that's where we're at. Is there somewhere around the border here in Ecuador, maybe? I don't know. I don't know. We are in, you know, a pretty good area to find clues, though. As long as the camera's not super blurry like that. Right away we knew we were in South America. But, wait, hang on. The bank, what did the bank just say? Nah. I thought it might have like a town name or a country name on it. Wouldn't mind seeing a, you know, a domain name too. That'd be pretty cool. Every now and then I go back and look when I have more time, just to see like, hey, what was there? You know, what was I looking at? See this right here? That's Peruvian though. Like this is Peruvian right here. I don't think Ecuador has that. Oh my god, I don't know, man. Ooh, actually, let's look at the back of the signs, because the back of the signs Is there a good sign I can look at here? Yeah, okay. So I don't think that's gonna be Colombia at all. Back of Colombian signs are like a cross. What's this flag? That is Peru. Okay, cool. Man, so some of these cars, although, you know what? There is some border stuff happening there, but, you know, it's just not enough. Peru's a pretty long country, though, so honestly, I don't know where we would even have this go. I'm going to go to the capital area, like around down there, but mostly it's just kind of a hedge right in the middle. You know, hopefully we can claw back some points, play in the numbers here. But we're definitely in Peru. Ooh, that was a very, very good guess. Good lord. Yeah, I just happened to go by the capital. You know, no particular reason other than, you know, we're in a pretty big city. There's a lot there. There's a few big cities. The way the weather is, too, is tough to tell because, you know, it's a little drier in Peru on that side of the mountains. But, you know, very good call. Seeing the flag helped a lot. Seeing those poles helped a lot. As soon as I saw those poles, I was like, oh, we're probably in Peru. But it's weird that there were so many cars from, like, you know, with the yellow plates on them. So maybe there's, like, some yellow plates in Peru happening. I'm not sure. But, you know, Colombia is usually the one that's just full of yellow plates like that. Anyway, we beat the hell out of that last score. And we have one round to go, and it is just an absolute gift of a round. This car, you'll only see these roof racks, this colorful, like, setup here, the green, red, yellow, blue, in one country, and that's Mongolia, and usually this car is close to the capital city, although I'm not sure what that is, but that might be something. Mongolia is a wild, wild place. It's cool to look at. Very interesting to see. And I have absolutely no way of telling where that is, but normally this car is found around the capital, and then anywhere outside you'll find the tent car. There could be like, you know, I mean, who knows if that's even the name of a town, or if it's just like a welcome to whatever, you know, or now entering this. So I'm going to put us there for safety. But really, we could look all over for, you know, a possible shot in the dark here. I mean, is there anything? It looks like there's a lot of stuff over here, though. I mean, you know, Mongolia, usually, if you're out in the middle of nowhere, you can tell you're out in the middle of nowhere. Like, there's nothing in Mongolia for a lot of stretches of the road. So there is a town that's, like, north of the capital. So we could be there too. Although look at that. That looks like a bigger city area. Yeah, I think we're looking west towards that city area too. I think I actually nailed this one. I think it's going to be like around maybe here, something like that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I mean, let's go and see what we got here. Ooh, never mind. Okay, so it was up top here. So we must have been seeing this area. I think this is exactly what I was talking about too. There is like a city that's north that has a little bit of a population going on there. And I think that's the one. Although, great score. Mongolia is massive. Down here, there's essentially like camps and nothing. So if you're ever like in a tent car and you're on one of these roads, man, good luck. It's just a shot in the dark on like where we're gonna be. I hope we get a Mongolia round in the near future so I can show y'all what it looks like. But it's pretty wild. It is pretty wild. Look at that score, 21-633. I love it. I'll take it. I mean, after a couple of tougher rounds, that's nice to have. And our Bolivia one was like one of the worst too, I think. Well, no, Qatar was the worst. We didn't even get the country right, but Bolivia wasn't too much further behind on score-wise. All right, let's see here. Oops. Every time that pops down, I always want to touch it. That little X just goes down from the top, like that. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's there for a reason. And the reason is it's there to mess you up. The other day we did. This is gonna be funny. The other day we did. Like the rest of the world versus U.S. and why it's easier to do the rest of the world. In my opinion, the U.S. is just way too big, and there's landscapes that are way too similar to really, like, nail the U.S. Unless you've been all over, and you know, like, area codes, you know, stoplight meta, stuff like that, it's just impossible. I want to do a U.S. real quick and just kind of show the difference. I'm going to turn the time limit off, but I'm not going to spend too much time on each round. Just because I just don't want it to be like... I don't want the pressure to build because, man, I am not good at the U.S. People say I'm, like, decent at Geoguessr and I can, you know, I do certain things well. But I'll tell you what. The U.S., man, I cannot do it to save my life. We have a gold on U.S. only because... I mean, I spent hours. I spent hours on stream one night. Like, we were just playing the maps and trying to get it as close as possible. Only reason I have a gold on the U.S. Like, if you take enough time, you could do anything anywhere. But, you know, at a certain point, you're just on the middle, you know, of a road or a highway or something that's going absolutely nowhere. So we saw the street signs, and it looked like it had maybe some hints of Louisiana on it. This, I don't know. Same deal. Could be a Louisiana situation. Now, Louisiana is a place I've been a couple of times, but only in New Orleans. And I will say also, see, that says Alabama, but it's a truck, so what does that matter? You know, trucks move. And these shipping containers, too, like, not that one, obviously, that's just the box of the truck, but shipping containers themselves can be, like, moved. So if you ever see a shipping container on the bed of a truck, you know, it could come from a whole different continent, even. We got some water, some rivers happening here. Sibley Lake. Yeah, I don't know. There could be some clues up this way, but like I said, I don't really want to spend too much time on all these rounds. The U.S. Does not interest me as much as the rest of the world does. And that's not because of anything other than I have just lived here forever. I'm not the kind of person who's like, oh yeah, I just, you know, the U.S. is not great or whatever, I just got to get the hell out of here. I'm a person, yeah, Louisiana, let's go. Okay, perfect, so we got that. I'm a person who thinks I've been here a lot of years and I've seen a lot of things, and there's a lot of things I can see. Each state is its own, essentially, country with its own landscapes and very diverse, like, climate, culture, all that stuff, and should be treated as such. So there's an endless amount of stuff you can see within the U.S., but outside of the U.S., there's an even larger endless amount of stuff you can see. You know, I mean, I've seen a lot of stuff up and down here, seen a lot of stuff down here, some stuff in here, and now I'm out here, so it's like there's just a lot going on, you know? Yeah, so essentially we saw the sign. It had this little deal on it, and you can tell very Louisiana kind of thing. But I just wanted to make sure. And we have, yep, there it is right here. This is our city. There's our Highway 1, too, that I think we're on. I think. I'm not 100% sure about that, but... Let me go back to the start, because I think we had, yeah, Dean Street and Highway 3110. Look, there's a Washington Street again. The last game we played, I don't know if we did it on the last game or when, but we had a Washington Street on like 3 of the rounds when we were doing US, and I was like, man, really, they just repeat cities streets and cities and stuff constantly. It's just crazy. It's freaking wild. Look at that. 1 1. Is that 3110? You know, says he's not going to spend a lot of time, proceeds to spend an eternity looking for this. It's just like I have such a clear idea of where we are. But there's Sibley Lake. Okay, so this is Sibley Lake right here. Alright, so this is probably where we crossed over then. Dean Street's right here. This is where we are. Wow, dude. No shot. Alright. Well, I start out by saying the US is real hard, 5K the first round. Okay, here's the US I'm talking about. Beautiful location, incredible landscapes. But, you know, this could be all up and down the East Coast. We could be on the West Coast in the North. We could be anywhere. We could be anywhere. There's so many mountain ranges and things. I mean, honestly, if I saw this, I would think we could be anywhere within North and South America even. But, also, look at the lines, right? We went from a double yellow to a single yellow. We have one white out here and nothing there unless it's covered by leaves, which doesn't look like it is. It looks like it just started up. Now it's double yellow again. A lot of countries, you can tell where you are just based on the lines alone. The US, you can't because there's just no rhyme or reason to it. Trucks reduce gear. Interesting. Here's something that's pretty incredible. I mean, a little late into the season, but still pretty incredible looking. These leaves, these colors. Man, tell you what, raking leaves back home, I'm glad that doesn't happen anymore. My God. That was a hell of a process. I'd rather shovel snow than rake leaves, because at least snow is like, you know, it's cold outside, it looks, you know, looks pretty. Raking leaves, man, it's just back-breaking, and then, you know, it's pretty, but if they're falling off the trees, usually it's towards the end of them being pretty and turning into more of a nuisance than anything else. I mean, this is crazy. Like, that's the thing. I have no idea. I mean, I have no idea. There's nothing you can do to tell, like, where you are in this, if we saw any kind of, like, road markings. I mean, you know, these signs are not helpful at all. Any kind of, like, buildings. Even a street sign, like a street name or something, that would help a lot. God, who knows? Yeah, I think I'm going to full send something. We'll learn together real quick. I'm going to go somewhere up here, maybe like a Vermont situation. Let's just throw it out right there. See what happens. Okay, not bad. Pennsylvania, huh? Pennsylvania. See, look at that, though. We had, like, the right region, but everything can look like that area up and down this area here, and even sometimes down into here, depending on the season. So look at that score for, you know, having an idea of where we are. It's just such a huge country. That's another thing that makes it tough, is like, okay, you know what region you're in, but now let's lock it down. And some regions are bigger than entire countries. Okay. The bus. We got some hills happening. We have some tropical stuff happening. This could be like Hawaii, honestly. I'm feeling very... Let's see what a street name looks like here. Yeah, this is 100% Hawaii. I was going to say, just the way it doesn't look like it's mainland US. I mean, it looks like subtropical, you know what I mean? And some places look kind of like that, like a Florida, but you can always tell with Florida because Florida's not as, like, hilly as this. I mean, you know, Hawaiian Islands and just islands in general are formed from, you know, volcanic eruption and things like that, magma cooling and creating new land and stuff. And so a lot of times islands will be centered around, you know, hills and mountains and things like that where they came from. So you can always kind of tell, like, these are the roads you'll see in Hawaii, like up and down hills, just beautiful mountains and things like that. You know, the foliage, it'll have a whole mix of stuff here. Like, look at these just bright plants and, you know, palms and things like that. The island we're on, no idea. Ooh, now that's going to be a view if I can... Yeah, look at that. Sprawling city out towards the water there. And that's going to be towards our southwest. So a couple of context clues. So I'm thinking maybe we're on the big island. Maybe like... Maybe somewhere like here? Let's see what we got. Nope, we're down this way. Yeah, look at these mountains right here. Big hill. So they're on the side of the hill just looking down on Honolulu. No surprise. It's hard for me to distinguish what kind of island we're on. And I bet people can nail this like no problem. I've never actually been to Hawaii, so I don't know. It might be worth visiting sometime. Kidding, of course it's worth visiting. God, people never want to come back when they go there. Alexandria Lane. I really love that name. Let's see. Alexandria Place. Really love that place. Let's see. So, got some warnings, got some grass happening here. 770-912. Pressure washing. Interesting. No front plates. See, that's helpful. No front plates helps a lot. Because it can actually kind of give away, like... Okay, you can narrow down some states that way. I don't know what it narrows down, though, so that's unfortunate. See, the problem with this right here, too, is this looks a lot like a place I would have grown up. The woods, the streets with, you know, houses on the end of the streets and things like that. You know, just kind of middle class, just out in the middle of nowhere kind of deal. And... yeah, these street names all sound like the street names I would know. Okay, there's something up there. I'm not sure what that is. But I think our state was a front plate state. We were right next to a couple of no front plate states. So we could be somewhere over there. Those area codes, though, my God, those area codes, I have seen nothing like that anywhere I've lived or anywhere close to where I've lived. So, let's see what we got here. 6, 7, 8. A lot of area codes happening. Man. There really is like a lot of different area. I've seen 3 different area codes already. Cobb County Soccer Complex. Yeah, I don't know. I do not know. Yeah, the problem with this area is this could be the Northeast. This could be like parts of Texas. This could be 404. 404. Now see, that sounds familiar. 404 sounds very familiar. Wow. We really, really lost the coverage there, huh? But yeah, this could be north. This could be parts of Texas. This could be the mid-Atlantic. I mean, there's just... What kind of stores are these over here? This might help. Dallas? Okay. So are we looking at Texas then? Like, is that the biggest red herring in the history of Geoguessr? I have no idea, but we'll see. We'll see. You know what? Let's do it. Let's just full send. I mean, we have nothing to really go off of. Maybe somewhere like out here. Let's go up there, maybe. Yeah, look at that. We were in Georgia, huh? Okay, okay. I figured. I mean, that's the thing. That area, that looks just like where I grew up over here. It looks like different times of the year up further north. It looks like stuff up here. Like, that kind of coverage is just so unfair when you get the US, because it just could be anything. Okay, and here we go. We got some backwoods area here. What is this? Robin Hood Drive. Oy. Yeah, here's a round 5, right? We have 12,350 points, and we're on a round 5. And we've been fairly close most rounds. That's a yellow plate. Like real yellow. So is that. Looks like we're just backwoods workshops kind of thing, which again, you know, every state kind of has a place like this for the most part in the north and the northeast, all the way down the Atlantic and, you know, into the Midwest, of course. The only thing that you can tell kind of it's not like Midwest is because there's not this many trees in the Midwest. It's a lot of plains. Oh, man. But this could also be certain times of the year in Alaska. So I'm wondering if we have something like that going on too. Although Alaska's plates are pretty distinct, so I'm not sure. I think if I saw an Alaskan plate, I would recognize it. Sluice Box Drive, you know, stuff like that though. Yeah, I have no freaking idea. Again, that's just what makes the US tough. And you can compare this score to like the score I did on, you know, Diverse World or Community World last time. It's just not even close. See, look at this. Where are we right now? Where the hell are we? I think this is just a full send, let's learn together kind of deal. Is it piney enough to be Alaska? Something about this just kind of screams Alaska. I don't know if it's the road. You know, a lot of roads out in like the connecting cities and stuff. They're not all incredibly kept up with their paved just because, you know, I mean, the elements are crazy and they're probably not traveled as often, so it's not that big a deal. Could also be Maine, somewhere in the backwoods of Maine, maybe. You know. Just no telling. And we're on Merlin Drive. This is a more main road. So, that might have something on it. Can't tell. Coverage is too old. They've updated their cameras a lot. And they recover areas, but see, that's another thing. You know, they recover main areas, like major cities and things outside of cities and heavily populated areas. So this could also be somewhere that's not as populated just because of the fact that the camera hasn't really gone through again. You know, there's parts of, like, the Midwest that have just the oldest coverage, like the oldest generation coverage. The yellow plates are making me think, because yellow is a New York, New Jersey style plate. I know they just phased that out and they're like starting to get different color plates and things. But they also look a little different because they're not as bright in New York, the plates, and then also the plates have like some blue on them. So it's like, now that looks like a Pennsylvania plate right there. Okay. I'm thinking we're northeast somewhere. I'm thinking maybe. Let's go over here and see what happens. Wow, it was Alaska. Look at that. Man, okay. The whole time I was thinking Alaska, and it literally was Alaska. That's what I'm saying, dude. The U.S., man. And that plate, so Pennsylvania has, you know, that yellow and blue strip with the white in the middle. So it's weird that we just saw that. But either way, you know, that's just more proof, more fuel to that fire. I mean, we knew that was Hawaii. The score was, like, not incredible. We knew the region here. Score was not incredible. This we had no idea, but red herring, you know, and I kind of figured. We had a 5K at the beginning, and I was like, oh, that's pretty crazy. That's the thing. We had a 5K at the beginning. Almost half of our score came from the very first round. That Alaska did nothing for us. I mean, I'm telling you, that area, I should have gone with what I knew. It's another thing. If you talk yourself out of stuff, more often than not, you're probably having the right idea first instinct, and then you talk yourself out of it, but it is what it is. We'll do some different maps and things next time and do some more compare and contrast. We might do some streaks. I don't know. Depends on how we're feeling about this. But if you want to see anything, if you want to check anything out, if you want to do more meta practice or something, I'm down always. You know, daily challenge is something that's always on the table unless I stream it. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here. I hope you really had a wonderful time here and just everywhere in your everyday life. Thank you for all you do. I'll see you here or on Twitch next time. Have a great rest of your night, y'all.